Back at the book segment tonight, weekdays at Bernie. Two big stories for the media: Al-Qaeda attacking Iraq and thousands of foreign children crossing the southern border into the USA illegally. Is the media coverage generally fair on those situations? Joining us now from North Carolina, the purveyor, BernardGoldberg.com. Mr. Goldberg. So is it? Are they doing a decent job?
Let's look at it this way, Bill. There's two kinds of journalism: opinion journalism and hard news. Let's start with opinion journalism. The breakdown generally has been that liberals are blaming George Bush for getting us into Iraq in the first place, and conservatives are blaming Barack Obama for about 1 million different things, starting with the failure to negotiate a deal with the Iraqis to keep U.S. troops there. I may be the first person on cable television to say this, but they're both right. George Bush got us into this mess. He started this fire. But Barack Obama, by the way, he started this fire with a war that, at least in retrospect, looks like a big mistake. Barack Obama, on the other hand, somehow thought he could waltz out of the Middle East with little risk and consequence, and we're seeing how naive he is on that. So that's how opinion journalism is handling it. As far as hard news, listen, American journalists lost interest in Iraq after U.S. troops left. Let me use a television term. What we like is bang bang. We like guns going off. That's why we're covering this to the extent that we are. But there's an equally important story that isn't as sexy as bang bang. And that is the divisions in Iraq, Bill, are so great that it's almost impossible to have a civil society. And the idea of a democracy is almost delusional. That story didn't get enough play the first time around in Iraq, and it should have. And it's only getting play now because we need some explanation for this mess that we're watching every night.
They're not interested in Sunni-Shia problems. They're interested in, number one, was it a waste of American lives and blood and treasure to go there in the first place? And number two, why is President Obama playing golf when al-Qaeda army are beheading people and setting them on fire? That's what they're interested in. Now, on the border, this is another catastrophe. And in both situations, the invasion of Iraq by ISIS and the flood of children coming over the border, the Obama administration once again caught by surprise for the, what, 150th time when things happen? All right. Is the media locking down on what's happening on the border?
Well, we looked into what the networks have been doing until tonight. I haven't caught tonight's news yet. But there's been, oddly, Bill, there's been precious little coverage of this story on the network evening newscast. And the reason I say it's odd is because this is a made-for-TV news story. I mean, you have kids, you have great video, you know, you have helplessness and all that. Now, if I were cynical, and you know I'm not, but if I were cynical, I might think that since the media covers so many stories the way Barack Obama wants them to cover stories, that they're playing this one down because, as you say, it's another surprise for Barack Obama. That doesn't make him look good. It's another example of the border being out of control. That doesn't make him look good. You see all these kids in what amounts to relocation camps. That doesn't make him look good. So if I were cynical, again, which I'm not, I might think that that's the reason we're not getting as much coverage of this as you would expect.
Do you believe, and I have 40 seconds left, that intellectually, the people who run the 3 network newscasts at night understand that the Barack Obama administration is failing now? They're failing. Do they understand it?
That's a very good question. You'd have to be delusional not to understand it, but I think there's something that trumps their intellect, and that's their feelings for Barack Obama. They helped elect Barack Obama. I mean, you know, the 2 Republicans the past 2 times helped, obviously, but they liked this man. He has their values. They share the same liberal values. So even if they understand that this is one failure after another, their coverage is not going to reflect that, not ever, I think.
All right, Bernie Goldberg, everyone. Factor tip today: how to feel better in the car, in the plane, on the boat. The tip, moments away.